get the show started!
In today's video, Alex Volkanovski vs. YAIR RODRIGUEZ targeted for UFC 290. Volkanovski reacts to Jon Jones taking over the #1 pound-for-pound spot. Dana White shares surprising information regarding Jon Jones. TBS parts ways with the Power Slap League, and Michael Bisping defends Power Slap pay. Alexander Volkanovski and YAIR RODRIGUEZ will be unifying the featherweight title this summer. According to Fox Sports Australia, Volkanovski is targeted to defend his title against the interim champion Rodriguez at UFC 290 on July 8th, which serves as International Fight Week. The event is set to take place at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Volkanovski had his 22-fight win streak snapped last time out as he lost a close decision to Islam Makhachev. At 145 pounds in the UFC, Volkanovski is 10-0 and has defended his title 4 times. Meanwhile, Rodriguez became the interim featherweight champ at UFC 284 as he scored a second-round submission win over Josh Emmett. The Mexican is 10-2 and has won no contest in the UFC. What do you guys think of this matchup? Who do you think will win? Let us know in the comments below. Alexander Volkanovski has shared his first reaction to Jon Jones taking the #1 pound-for-pound spot. The return of Jon Jones sent former #1 fighter and current featherweight champion Alex Volkanovski down to the #2 spot, just one spot ahead of lightweight champion Islam Makhachev, despite losing to the Dagestani wrestler at UFC 284 in Perth. During a recent appearance on Steve-O's Wild Ride, Volkanovski shared his first reaction to Jones taking the #1 pound-for-pound spot from him. He said, "Everyone loves talking about it. It's a big deal. I'll be honest with you, becoming a champion was great. Being pound-for-pound #1 was greater. What Jon Jones took that from me. I don't think with all of the rankings, but the UFC, yes. He actually said it really well, where it goes by what you've done lately as well. It's gonna go with that. You might have done a whole heap 4 years ago, but that's got nothing to do with now. You are not pound for pound. We don't know what you're doing right now, so that's always gonna come into play though. It was just that one fight in 3 years, but what he did, moving up, at least he moved up and showed that pound for pound comes into play. The body of work, what we've done in the last 3 years, obviously a lot of people are gonna be like, look what Alex has done in the last 3 years. You can get that, but at the same time, look at what Jon Jones has done as well. Can I really argue that? He's gonna be one of the greatest of all time. For him to take that is like, damn it, what do you do? UFC President Dana White has shared some surprising information regarding Jon Jones. Jones ended his 3-year-long layoff at UFC 285 with a first-round submission win over Cyril Gane to win the vacant heavyweight title. After the fight, he called for his first title defense to be against Stipe Miocic. Here's what Dana White said about the fight in a recent interview with TMZ Sports. Here's the thing that makes this so awesome. You have the greatest mixed martial artist of all time facing the greatest heavyweight of all time. It literally doesn't get better than that. These are the kinds of fights you dream about making. As of right now, Jones vs. Miocic has not been booked, but the hope is it will take place on International Fight Week in July. If it does take place, Dana White admits he wouldn't be surprised if Jones called it a career after the fight if he won. He said, "I wouldn't be shocked either if he fights Stipe and then retires and doesn't fight again." Do you guys think Jon Jones will retire after he fights Stipe Miocic? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. The Power Slap experiment at TBS is over. The first season of Power Slap started airing live on TBS earlier this year in January. However, views drastically decreased over time and TBS have decided to end their partnership. Warner Media and TBS executives confirmed the news to MMA Fighting earlier this week. However, Dana White seems to have found a solution to this problem. Like the season finale, the competition is set to air on the video streaming platform Rumble moving forward. Dana White's Power Slap League has been under fire since it made its television debut on TBS earlier this year. Many people were also shocked by the league's pay, which according to one of the fighters was $2,000 to show and a $2,000 victory bonus. However, Michael Bisping believes the critics are wrong and they don't see the positive side of the Slap League. Speaking on the most recent episode of the BYM podcast, Bisping defended Power Slap pay and shared numbers that fighters are getting paid to compete on the show.
We haven't talked about it too much, to be honest. The power slap thing, there is a lot of critics out there. And I know there is. And one side of me kind of understands it, right? But I had a conversation with Dana when I walked in Saturday night. I drove home straight after the event, you know, like 3.5 hours drive. And I was thinking about the event. And this week, the week that just gone, I was in Vegas all week. And I sat down with all the guys competing in it. And when you get to hear their backstories and where they come from and what they're doing, and they're trying to change their lives, you know, and not everyone's got what it takes to go out there and become a professional mixed martial artist and fight at the highest level. You know, some of these guys, Dana said to me Saturday night, went home with $60,000, right? Some of the people, I think most of them, their pay was either $15,000 to show, $15,000 to win. That's $30,000 if you win. Doesn't sound like a lot of money to some people. Well, it is a lot of money.
Bisping also shared a heartbreaking story about one of the fighters competing in the Power Slap League.
This one guy has a child that has a condition, less than 1,000 kids in the world, and is gonna die pretty soon. I know, and he was fighting back the tears, and I was like so emotional talking to him. And he's like, if there's a couple more events this year as well, and I get to do them, this allows me to not be working and spend time with my son. Do you know what I mean? So for critics out there, you know what I mean? Everyone is trying to just get ahead and scratch and claw. And if you're in a position of wealth or financial security and you have the ability to look down on people like that, well then, but a lot of people aren't. And if they're gonna do this at Power Slap, if they're not gonna do this at Power Slap, they're gonna do it somewhere else where there's no regulation, there's no athletic commission, there's no medical screening, there's nothing like that. And if you speak to these people, they are so grateful. They are so grateful for these opportunities, and I think people need to remember that.
Here are the top 3 funniest memes we found on the internet today. Third place was found over Reddit and was posted by a user named King Keenan. Second place was found over Facebook and was posted by a user named UFC News and Memes. And our top pick was found over Instagram and was posted by a user named As Shopped As It Gets. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with the latest MMA news.